Analytic storytelling is not about creating PowerPoint presentations, and it's frequently misunderstood. When I talk to data analysts, a lot of them believe that storytelling is about creating that PowerPoint presentation and delivering it in some sort of corporate meeting, and that's not really the case. The other part that I'll hear people mention is that storytelling is talking about the data and the analysis that you ran. Unfortunately, that's not really a complete picture either, and it's usually misguided or not done properly. The reason that I say this is because in order to tell a proper story, you have to go back to the beginning of what we're actually doing. As a data analyst, you have to start at the beginning and understand what is the business problem or what is the opportunity that we're trying to work with. This is not only critical for how you're going to go about doing your analysis, but without that context, you're not going to be able to tell the story or set the stage when you begin telling your story. The other part to telling the story, besides setting that context, is what you actually talk about. A lot of people will simply talk about the data and talk about the analysis. If this is all that you're doing, you're missing the point. This is because talking about the data and the analysis is largely looked at as reading the news. Unfortunately, what your stakeholders are looking for is understanding the context and the so what behind all of that information that you found. For example, if you pulled an analysis together that talks about how revenue has increased 50% over the last year, that's just reading the news. Sure, your stakeholders might want that number, but they want a heck of a lot more. They want to know why it happened, how it happened, and what they can do going forward. So if all you're doing is presenting the data or presenting the analysis, especially without the proper context at the beginning or without talking about the recommendations or additional business context, then you're not really doing effective storytelling. So if you want to be a high-value data analyst and you want to be a good storyteller in the analytics space, you have to make sure that you're keeping those things in mind.